Shalom Avracha. This evening's study is Parashat Mikeitz, wherein we read of the way that Joseph emerges and is ultimately freed from prison to become the viceroy of Egypt. And in the encounter, his initial encounter with Pharaoh, Paro tells him, I have heard that you have this unbelievable talent of being able to interpret dreams. You are the one, I'll quote the text to you, Vayomer Paro el Yosef, Pharaoh said to Joseph, Halom chalamti. Those people are familiar with the Parashat Mikeitz story. Pharaoh is troubled by these difficult dreams, these troubling dreams.
Dreams or dreams?
What?
Dreams.
Dreams, plural. And let's discuss there where it was twice, that it will happen immediately. And he's looking for someone to help him with these dreams.
There was one dream that was given twice, no?
No, it was two different dreams. Two different dreams with a similar kind of content. Yeah. So he says to Yosef, Chalom chalamti, ufoter einoto. I've dreamt the dream, but I can't find anyone who could properly interpret it. Va'ani shamati alecha lemar, but I have heard about you, that you tishma chalom liftoroto. You really know how to take care of dreams. You really see the messages. You understand. You have the clarity to deal with the interpretations of dreams. Now, I'm not going to discuss this evening the place of dreams in Judaism, although there's a very lengthy discussion about dreams in the last chapter of Tractate Brachot, many pages dedicated to the concepts of dreams. A lot has been written about it. I want to focus on Yosef's answer to Paro, which I believe should serve as a model for how we should relate to any particular level of blessing, to any particular skill that we have within ourselves. Vayan, these are very, very beautiful words. Vayan Yosef et Paro lemor. Yosef responded to Pharaoh and said, it's not me. It's not me who has that talent. Bil Adai. It's beyond me. It's not me. If you have heard that I interpret dreams, if you heard about my great talents, my great wisdom, it's not my great wisdom. Where does it come from?
Father.
Not his father. Where does it come from? Who does all wisdom come from? Hashem. Biladai. You see, this is the ultimate humility. To recognize that even if you do excel in a certain area, Biladai, it's not me. It's not something that I do myself. Elokim ya'aneh et shlom Paro. It is God who will really respond to the need of Pharaoh. It's God who will take care of Pharaoh's welfare. And so often in life, in each and every field of pursuit, especially those who excel in that area, it's so easy to think it is me. It's me. I am the one who has perfected this area. I have studied to such an extent that I am the world's expert in this discipline. I have developed such a product, it's my product. When do we speak that way? And when is it proper to speak as did our great teacher and leader, Joseph? It's not me. If you've ever heard about my talents, my wisdom, my insights, all that is coming from God.
Obviously, but he's sending it to you, so it's you.
That's the point.
Biladai loyal because
no, that's exactly the point. Because a person could say, yeah, I know it's God, but it's me. It's not God. And Yosef is saying, Bil Adai. It's beyond me. It's not me.
It's you. It's through you.
Through you.
Because if you wouldn't be here,
let's say
sending it through somebody else. So
let's say Paro comes over to the greatest singer in the world, right? The number one international singer, and they said, "Wow, I've heard about you." Like he said, like Yosef, like Paro says to Yosef, "Ani shamati alecha lemar." I've heard about you. You have a reputation. So Pharaoh approaches, or anybody on the status, the level of Pharaoh, or anybody in the world approaches this internationally recognized singer and says, I've heard about you, you're the greatest singer in the world. One possible religious response to that is, Biladai. It's not me. There's a God who gave me...
Obviously, it's not you.
That's the point. And that's the point, and that has to be expressed. That's right. And it has to be expressed because that's so often overlooked. After all, didn't I study voice lessons? Didn't I develop this melody? Didn't I write my own music? Yes, but I understand that the wisdom is coming from God. If a person is a scholar in a certain field, and they did extensive research and they published in so many different ways, somebody says, you're the internationally renowned scholar. What's the response?
It was a mitzvah.
Biladai. I think the Yosef's response should serve as a lesson. If someone writes beautiful poetry, if someone is a great writer, if someone is a great reporter, if someone knows how to develop certain kinds of levels of style and has gained recognition even to the greatest international leader and one of the great leaders of the international world, that's what Paro was, calls them into his or her office and says, you know what I've heard about you, is it true? Like you're at such an advanced level, the world's greatest poet? I believe that the religious response should be, Bil Adai. It's not me. It's outside of me. It's outside of me. It's not just me. It's Elokim Ya'aneh et Shlom Paro. There's a God element in what I'm doing. Where did I get the voice to sing? Where did I get the mind to develop this music? Where did I get the hands to play this instrument? Where did I get the talent to develop my poetry? It's all from God. So if someone is recognized as the greatest physician, as the greatest researcher, as the greatest lawyer, as the greatest accountant, as the greatest consultant, as the greatest counselor, and the pharaohs of the world, however we refer to them in our century, and they will call in this person either for consultation or for recognition. The ultimate religious Jewish response to the situation is the response that we study in Parashat Mikeitz. Recognize the God element in everything that you're doing. This is the week of Chanukah. Usually, Mikeitz is read on Shabbat Chanukah, and almost every year. And I remember that there's a famous song. I don't want to criticize any songs. I love all Chanukah songs, and may all the singers and all of the composers be blessed for adding so much joy to the holiday. But I remember that one of the songs that's popular in certain communities is Mi Yimalel Gevurot Yisrael. Let's talk about the outstanding nature of the power of the people of Israel. And then they speak about how the Jews overcame the Greeks and the Hellenists. There's nothing wrong with speaking about Gevurot Yisrael, although in the verse in the Bible it says, of course, Mi Yimalel Gevurot Hashem. It's a takeoff on the biblical text. But Mi Yimalel Gevurot Yisrael, if we overemphasize Gevurot Yisrael, if we overemphasize the centrality of the Maccabees, of the Hasmoneans, of how great they were, of course they were great. Of course Joseph was great. Of course all the aforementioned people in their fields were great. But it's very, very important, and that's perhaps the reason why it's so important to pray and to recite blessings and to discuss God in the context of everything related to Chanukah, because ultimately our response to Chanukah is, wow, look what you did, look at your army, look what the Jewish people did. Rabim Biad Ma'atim. It was such a small army of people. A little family stood up against the whole Greek Empire. How'd they do it? Wow, they must have been this strong. Yes, they were great, but Bil Adai, Elokim Ya'aneh et Shlom Paro. It's beyond us. It's the power of God. And I believe, with the help of Hashem, there'll never be any future wars, not here in Israel, and nowhere in the world, with the help of God. But in the past, if our nation was ever successful in a particular endeavor, of course one could speak about the greatness of our army and of our intelligence. But we always have to answer on the level of Joseph, Biladai Elokim Yanet Shlom Paro. May we always learn to include the level of consciousness of God in all of our responses, and ultimately understand that the blessing is connected to the blessing of God. May everyone be blessed with the blessing of God and with the recognition that all of their sources of success and happiness and good health and contentment are connected to Elokim, because ourselves, it's only a biladai experience, as our great teacher Joseph said. Thank you so much for listening. Shalom. Chanukah Sameach.
Thank you.
He didn't say Hashem imadi or iti. He says biladai. I'm without. I'm no. It's beyond me.
There.
Like that.